DepEd to reimburse up to 300 pesos monthly communication expense of personnel. Both teaching and non-teaching personnel of the Department of Education are allowed to reimburse up to 300 per month for the communication expenses incurred while they are working at home during COVID-19 pandemic. Education Secretary Leonor Briones in DepEd Order No. 38 Series of 2020 issued the guidelines authorizing the payment of communication expenses of DepEd personnel relative to the implementation of the alternative work arrangements for the year 2020. The guidelines for reimbursing communication expenses will retroactively take effect and cover the period of 9 months from March 16, 2020 until December 16, 2020. Briones noted that the payment of communication expenses for mobile and internet of DepEd personnel under a work-from-home arrangement will be reimbursed in the said period, subject to submission of pertinent documents for the reimbursement. The amount which may be reimbursed shall not exceed 300 pesos per month to be certified by the authorized claimant as actual expenses incurred in connection with the discharge of their official functions and are necessary to support the operations of the agency amidst the pandemic, Briones said. Aside from the certification, the DepEd employees who wish to reimburse their communication expenses are also required to submit proof of purchase or payment, such as official receipts for the purchase of the prepaid load, payment of postpaid line, or internet subscription under their name. Scanned copies or screenshots of confirmation of mobile e-load bearing the reference number and mobile number of the claimant may also be submitted as proof. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, DepEd currently implements a distance learning setup for students. Lessons are delivered to students through multiple learning delivery modalities such as modular, printed and offline, online, radio or television-based instructions, or a combination of these modes, blended learning. The DepEd noted that the claims for reimbursement of communication expenses for both mobile and internet load applicable to multiple networks of the personnel under the work-from-home setup shall be based on the actual amount of expenses incurred but will not exceed 300 pesos per month. Charges in excess of this monthly ceiling, if any, shall be shouldered by the personnel concerned, it added. Without face-to-face interaction, students and their parents under the distance learning setup are allowed to communicate with the teachers through calls, text messages, or by sending emails, online messages for school-related concerns. For DepEd teachers and other personnel, a work-from-home arrangement is also in effect, except for those authorized by their respective regional directors to be part of the skeleton workforce. Source: Manila Bulletin.